Magalnal di peritle kan when alsa bolele hore ko Waterfall you can renew your license bosigo. Hape ke re ke fetso fitla kwa ke fitlile kwa ka 8:30 ba tswalla ka 9. Before lebile ka bo makora to 9 I was already done. Ba mfile le sleepy. Lebile I requested there. Lebile ke botsa boat Uber driver ke mmotse gore no go renew license. Ara zanga o bona motlholo o wa renew license boshiu. Ke re mme ke o botsa. He re fitlha kwa a anya go bona gore ke nnete na ba tlo nthusa na. Ka boa vela ke tsere sleep. Kweno emela fela gore ke tlo collect after yona 3 months ya bona. So if Laura, you are around those areas and your license is expiring, check it out. Eyo.
Thank you, my beautiful sister. This is awesome. We need to share this type of content. We need to share this type of information. And I like the fact that, she's excited about the service. She's excited about the working hours. After I saw her video, I went online to double check, and she's right. I took a screenshot so that you guys can see that these are their working hours. And we need to give credit. We need to give credit when people are doing a great job. We need to give credit. We need to spread good news. We shouldn't be online talking about the best service only. So when people are doing good, let's speak about the good work that they're doing. When people are doing bad, let's speak about the bad things that they're doing so that we can at least rectify our wrongs, so that we can at least be in the great space. And I think it is a great thing, because DLTCs used to close early. We used to struggle a lot, man, when you want to go and renew your driver's license or apply for your PDP or apply for your learner's license, including booking for a learner's test or a driving test. It used to be a problem whereby you have to make phone calls. Sometimes we used to use those public phones, not the container ones. They used to be the ones that, if you're working for a company, there will be a place like Cantini whereby there is a telecom, what do they call it? I forgot what they call it, whereby you have to put coins and call. And sometimes it was difficult to get through. And it was extremely difficult to also get, the date, because many people were booking online, Many people were booking not really online, meaning telephonically. And we suspected that there were fraud which were happening, whereby it looks like driving school owners were getting special treatment because of they know a guy who knows a guy. So they can easily get, those dates faster than you when you're booking individually. Oh, I used to struggle with that, man. You will make phone calls, and sometimes the only available dates are not at your area. Because I remember my first learners, I had to go to Benoni. I'm traveling from Tembisa and I went to Benoni because I couldn't get a date at Captain Park. It was fully booked. I had to go to Benoni, and that time we were writing with our hands. They give you and you write there. Now it's computerized. Now things are so simplified when you're writing a learner's test. My first test I wrote with my hand at Benoni. It was a beautiful experience. And that was an eye-opener because the class was mixed. Remember, we grew up Kokasi, and we went to schools which were not regarded as Ivy League schools. We went to schools which were not seen as the best, because I grew up in the squatter camps in Winnie Mandela, Zone 4. So I used to go to a primary school called Rahile. That primary school was at, I think, Winnie Mandela Zone 5. It was sponsored by Coca-Cola. We were all not coming from good family backgrounds because we were Kasi boys, Kasi kids. And when we go and we compete with other kids, whenever you get a win against them, it was like, oh my God, we're not that bad, we're not that bad, we can still compete. So that test was one of the things that made me realize that if you put in the work, if you dedicate your time into studying and understanding the questions and understanding also, the answers, because many people were cramming. They didn't read to understand. They read to remember that question number 38, it goes with answer number. And that's a wrong way of doing things. I'm a type of a brother who wanna reread something repeatedly until I get it. I have to know it in a way that I don't have to panic on the day of the test. When I sit down, I don't care if you're giving me, A, B, C, because remember those tests were divided with different categories. Sometimes others, today you can go and write and you get A, test A. And if you fail with smaller margin, you might think, oh my God, it was a smaller margin, let me book again. And you try to get a date ASAP and you go there, surprisingly you get test B. And things which you did at test A are not included in test B. It's only few things which are included and you fail again. Many people used to fail repeatedly. So when I was in that class and they called my name, including other names, and they didn't tell us the method of how they are announcing those who failed and those who passed. And when we were standing there, we didn't know, because they call your name. If we call your name, go this side. They call your name, you go there, you call, they call. We stood there and they said, if we didn't call your name, unfortunately you didn't pass. Don't give up. Try again. And if we called your name, congratulations, you passed. We got excited. Like, oh my God, I passed. And when I look at the group of people who failed, there were Indian brothers, Indian sisters, white brothers, white sisters, who you can tell that they come from great families, who you can tell that they come from, Ivy League schools, who you can tell that they grew up speaking English as the first language. And I was like, oh my God, I read this with English and I wrote the test with English and I passed it. It was before they introducing other languages like Afrikaans and also your home language, I think. Because if we started hearing that you can choose your language when we check on the app, when we went there to write using our computers. Because I passed the first time, I struggled because I didn't have enough money, to go and pass my yard test or my driving test. And I had to rewrite again later when we were writing, with a computer. So now that's when they changed now to the system whereby we book online. And booking online simplified things, simply because of now it was easier for you to log in and see if you have a date at a nearest DLTC. If not, you can check other DLTCs which are around your area, and you can be like, okay, I'm in Ilovo, Santon DLTC is fully booked until that date. Okay, let me check Rambek DLTC. Okay, Rambek, there is a slot at Rambek DLTC. I'm gonna go to Rambek. Rambek is not too far from me. Then I can easily go to Rambek so that I can go and book and do all those type of stuff. And that's awesome. And also, by introducing that online booking system, now they know how many people they are going to serve on that day. It reduces the unknown number of the walk-ins. Because remember, back in the days, people used to walk into DLTC and join the line. And we always knew that they are pushing the line until lunchtime. After they come back from their lunchtime, boy oh boy, they are so slow in a way that they're just pushing time until they knock off. Now at least the new system gave them a bit of time whereby they will know how many people they're saving on that day. And that's why it becomes easy, because of they are working on a number that they know that they can, save as well without pressure. The INAT system The online system reduced a lot of pressure from them, and it is beautiful. And that's why now things are becoming, a bit easier than before. And I've seen the other gentleman also making a video talking about the DLTC. I think as the one at Centurion. He was also praising it. He was also saying that doing a wonderful job. I'm going to speak about him next. And also, today I decided to wear this t-shirt, an old t-shirt, man. The Rebel King. It's my favorite t-shirt, man. I bought it many years ago at Mall of Africa when they opened Mall of Africa. I went there to see Mall of Africa. We walk, into those shops, and this t-shirt caught my eye. And I was like, yep, I need 2 of these. And I bought 2 of these t-shirts. So they've been here, and today I was like, let me record videos. And I came across them because I wanted to take a white shirt. I realized that it wasn't clean. And I'm like, it was clean, but it's not. Have you seen when you want to iron something and you still see here at your neck that is, you wore it and it's not that clean, and you're not sure if the camera can capture that? I'm like, this is old. This maybe lost the color. It's no longer that white, but I love it because of the history behind it. I was starting this YouTube journey, and I was the type of a brother who had nothing, no resources. I started with a smartphone. And I remember somebody said, bro, I love your content and I like the way you deliver your videos and the confidence that you have. You do not let your appearance hold you back. And I was like, what is this guy saying? But later on I realized that what I was doing was mostly a field or a space of cute girls and, handsome young men who have a likable face, who are normally used to be called cheese boys, who are great, who are beautiful, and who many people thought they are the ones who deserve to be on camera because of they can showcase their beauty. And I realized that this is the game of beauty and brain. There are those who are beautiful, but they can have all the resources, they can have all the equipment, but it's a cutthroat game whereby they will create content, people will love them but the longevity, and they cannot have the stomach to go far, on this journey and create this thing when they're not getting anything. I must create content even if I'm not getting any dime from it. As Ice Cube said one day, he said, if you're not willing to put 5 years of work, of grinding without getting a dime on what you're doing, don't even start. Don't even do it. Do it out of love. Create content, upload content, even if you're not getting any cent from it. And I also heard this other lady saying, when you are succeeding, people will be like, oh my God, this person just blew up overnight. But they're forgetting that it took you 15 years or it took you 5 years before you reached to the overnight. That night where everything changed for you, there's been 5 years of nights where you hoping that maybe tonight is the night. Maybe tonight is the night. But things were not happening. But people only celebrate your victories. They don't see the process that you go through. They don't see the struggle. They don't see, the difficulties that you're dealing with. And I love creating content because this is beautiful. I love storytelling, and I also love to educate. I love to share the little that I know. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. My beautiful sister, by saying, why didn't you guys tell us that we can go, even it's at night, and go and renew our driver's license or renew our license disc? I mean, that's why I do this. I'm like saying, share the little that you know. Sharing the little we know is better than complaining about what we don't know. And if you don't make stuff, there will be no stuff. Don't complain about what you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. If you didn't work for it, don't complain if you're not getting it. But you put in the work, you trust the process, eventually things will work out. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. Thank you.